5 people are hurt after a shooting in a well-known Madison nightclub, the latest on that investigation. Plus, a man was taken to the hospital after he was thrown from his car during a robbery in a Walgreens parking lot. And later, a special visit from Santa is making sure every child is able to experience the magic of Christmas.
This is News 3 at 10.
Madison police are investigating after 5 people were injured overnight at a nightclub on Madison's east side. Rose Schmidt spoke with neighbors who share their concerns.
Vision's nightclub is open tonight. The same day, police say 4 people were shot and 1 person was stabbed. And we're still trying to figure out how and why.
It's a busy neighborhood.
Neighbors say they are used to lots of activity near Vision's nightclub.
It gets pretty packed. I mean, sometimes they park all the way down here around the block.
Police were called to Vision shortly after 2 a.m. Sunday for reports of a large fight happening there. They were on their way to the scene when the 911 call center was notified that shots had been fired inside.
I don't really know who it was or what happened, but, you know, a lot of people come from around here from out of town.
Johnny Sullivan was sleeping when the incident happened.
I didn't really hear it. The club is pretty soundproof, so you really don't even hear the music at night unless you turn off your TV and everything's quiet.
He woke up and found out about the shootings and stabbing through social media.
I was thinking, I'm just glad didn't no stray bullets come this way.
Johnny says he's become used to police lights on his block.
I've been here a year now, and I know for sure about 3 times it's happened.
But he's hoping it's a sight he'll never have to see again.
Yeah, I got kids here. I mean, definitely I'm worried.
I spoke with managers here at Vision's nightclub. They say they are not going to comment at this time. For WISC News 3, I'm Rose Schmidt.
Another neighbor did not want to speak on camera, but said he and his family plan to move out of that neighborhood following all of the incidents. Madison police are also investigating an armed robbery at a West Side drugstore. It happened in the parking lot of the Walgreens on Raymond Road near Whitney Way. Officers say a robber walked up to an elderly man inside his car and pointed a gun at him. 4 family members, including a 2-year-old, were also in the car. He threw the man to the ground and took 3 purses in the car before running away. A 28-year-old is in the hospital after sustaining significant injuries in an attack. Madison police say they found the man unconscious on Northport Drive near the east side of Warner Park. Another man allegedly beat the victim after they had a disagreement. Police have arrested the suspect, and he's facing substantial battery charges. To the south, 1 person has been reported dead, and travel is nearly impossible in several states after a snowstorm dumped heavy snow on parts of the south. A number of North Carolina counties are still in a state of emergency. The heaviest hit areas saw more than a foot of snow in the mountains. Since midnight, the State Highway Patrol said they responded to more than 500 accidents. Governor Roy Cooper says the priority now is clearing about 5,000 miles of roads and highways around the state.
What were the driving conditions like last night?
Terrible, terrible. That's why we had to pull over. I just called my work and told him, and he's like, well, you guys got to keep moving when it's snowing. I'm like, we couldn't. There's no way.
The storm also hit parts of southern Virginia, Louisiana, and Texas. Thousands of flights have been delayed or canceled to the southeast. All right, let's check in with Dana Fulton to see when we can expect some snow around here.
A very different situation for us, Amanda. In fact, in western North Carolina, they are still under a winter storm warning tonight. A lot of moisture moving through the Carolinas up into Virginia now, and of course into the New England area next. And they're going to continue to see snowfall tonight and into the start of the work week. For us, our Doppler radar fairly calm. Not even really seeing any clouds in the sky out here. No threat for any sort of light snow or flurries for us tonight. It is cool and dry. We are at about 15 degrees in Madison and in Lone Rock, 18 in Janesville, and 20 in Monroe right now, with a very, very calm light breeze for us this evening coming from the west, but it's really going to hover below 3 miles per hour tonight. So wind chill, thankfully, not something that we really need to factor in for this evening. It won't be too much of a factor for us tomorrow either, though tomorrow we're in for another very chilly day. A day with sunshine. That'll be nice to have the sun out again, and instead of being in the mid-20s, we'll be closer to the upper 20s. A cold start to the week, below average. By the end of the week, though, we'll be just a little more mild outside, and we could be looking at our next opportunity for a little sort of mixed precipitation. We'll take a look at that full 10-day forecast, though, in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. The Packers taking to the field today for the first time since head coach Mike McCarthy was fired. Interim head coach Joe Philbin led the team to a win against the Atlanta Falcons, 34-20. Highlights from the game are coming up later on in sports. 1 month after 12 people were killed in a mass shooting in a bar in Thousand Oaks, California, we're learning there was a mistake that cost the life of a police officer. Sheriff Sergeant Ron Helis ran into gunfire to try and save lives and was shot multiple times. However, a new report shows he was killed accidentally by friendly fire. Helis and a California Highway Patrol officer rushed into the bar at the same time, and in the confusion, a bullet from the CHS officer's gun hit Helis. Both the Ventura County Sheriff's Office and CHS say the officer was not at fault and the gunman is ultimately the one responsible. This weekend, former Trump campaign aide George Papadopoulos made his first public remarks since being released from prison. Papadopoulos spent 12 days inside the Oxford Federal Prison in Marquette County. He was released on Friday. At the Conservative American Priority Conference in Washington, Papadopoulos talked about how difficult prison life was for him.
You're away from the world and you're living in a underworld, you know, and I never thought in my life that it would have happened to me.
Papadopoulos was sentenced to 14 days in prison for lying to investigators about his contacts with people tied to Russia during the 2016 election. He will now serve 12 months of supervised release, 200 hours of community service, and pay a nearly $100,000 fine. Governor-elect Tony Evers appeared on national television this morning discussing the recent lame duck session. Evers is calling for Governor Walker to veto the bills that would limit his power as governor. But he says based on a phone conversation, he's not confident that will happen. While Republicans say the bill would rebalance the government, Evers says it's not balanced enough.
We have balanced power in the state of Wisconsin. The legislature on both sides are Republican. I'm a Democrat. The Attorney General's a Democrat. No, I view this as completely different than what Robin Vos believes.
Governor Walker has until Wednesday to either sign the bills or veto them. His third choice is taking no action at all, and that would automatically put the bills into effect. New at 10, for a lot of families, it's not really Christmas time until you've taken your picture with Santa. Although many of us take it for granted, it's something that can be pretty hard for some children and parents. Our Madison O'Neill shows us an event making things a bit easier so everyone can make some memories this holiday season.
It's a sight we're all used to seeing this time of year, Santa hanging out in the mall to take pictures with kiddos. But for some, the sights and sounds of a bustling mall can be too much. So for them, Santa is doing something special.
Oh, our surprise stars.
9-year-old Mackenzie has a long list for Santa this year.
Vampirina, Mickey Mouse, Lion God, a Slinky.
So it's pretty important he gets to hear it.
Yes.
But sometimes noises.
Really loud noises do hurt her ears.
And things like lights can be overwhelming for kids like Mackenzie.
She was just recently diagnosed with autism in October. And it's been a little rough on us.
Santa got the message, so Easttown Mall is hosting a sensory-friendly event.
Oh my gosh, it's just heartwarming.
Dimming the lights, turning down the mall music, and giving children on the autism spectrum all the time they need to visit with the big guy in red.
It's less stressful on the children.
I think it's really important just to acknowledge that sometimes we need a little bit something different to make everyone comfortable and to allow everyone to have that time with Santa and make those magical Christmas memories that everyone wants.
Seeing those magical moments made can put a smile on anyone's face.
And it really makes you remember like the true meaning of Christmas.
A glowing review from Mackenzie and Mom.
Fun.
It was awesome. She asked a couple questions about Rudolph.
I love Rudolph.
And a lasting memory they might not have gotten otherwise.
It's been a while since we had like a real Santa picture.
This is an annual event at both East and Westtown malls, so keep an eye out next year. Reporting in Madison, Madeline O'Neill, WISC News 3.
Thank you, Maddie. Today's event, planned with the group Autism Speaks, took place before the mall opened. Westtown offered the same sensory-friendly Santa event last Sunday. Also in Madison today, the Stuff Your Stockings Craft Fair. 25 local vendors set up in the Brink Lounge, and a line up of 6 different musical groups brought a bit of extra cheer. Organizers say that supporting artisans not only gets you unique gifts, but helps the entrepreneurs thrive.
Supporting small local businesses is really important this holiday season. There's so many retailers and businesses that have gone under because of online shopping. So we really encourage people to come out and meet the makers and meet the artisans and find something super special and unique.
Customers were also encouraged to donate non-perishable food items to Second Harvest Food Bank to enter the market. An 8-year-old Wisconsin boy is making sure kids who are spending the holidays in the hospital get a toy this year.
I just try my best to be nice to people.
Cody Strubles from Racine spent some time in the hospital when he was a kid. He had 3 major surgeries on his skull by the time he was just 5 years old, so he wanted to help the kids who were in the same situation he was. In the 3rd year of the toy drive, Cody hopes to collect at least 1,500 toys. The Racine County Sheriff's Office is helping out by offering a SWAT truck to deliver toys to kids in Racine and Milwaukee. Still to come on News 3 at 10, the holiday season can bring up mixed emotions for those who have lost loved ones recently. So one organization is bringing a little light to those families by honoring their loved ones. We'll explain coming up. Welcome back. While the holidays are a time of love and togetherness for many, for some who are dealing with loss, it can mean something different entirely. That's why the nonprofit Friends of UW Health is doing something special tonight. Chris Lewinberg tells us more.
To Matthew Gale, it seems that this holiday season may be a little less bright.
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's kind of the new norm.
Over the past year, he lost a loving father and a son.
It was a very large void in the home, in the family, in the heart, you know.
Carter Gale's family says that he was known for his generous heart and passionate spirit.
Very helpful, friendly. He was an Eagle Scout, just a loving son, brother.
And while the pain hasn't stopped, Matthew says that his family is still the light of his life.
Your family, your friends, it definitely strengthens the bond, you know, when your heart's broken, but at least you have your family and your friends to pull you in.
And he isn't alone. The halls at UW Hospital filled with those in a dim mood who are just trying to make the holidays bright again.
I think it's just a special time for them to come together with others that have had a loss and take a moment to remember them during the holiday times.
The Love Lights event saw these grieving families come together to honor their loved ones and immortalize them in the lights.
1, 2, 3.
Using the spirits of the lost to show them the way.
It's amazing on the will of people, you know, the strength to live and continue to fight, and others just live life for every moment, cherish every moment.
For News 3, I'm Chris Lewinberg.
Bereaved families were able to buy individual lights to honor their loved ones. The funds will help UW Health patients. A local community is doing something good for a single mother recently diagnosed with brain cancer. A breakfast fundraiser was held this morning for Leslie Thousand of Fort Atkinson. The money is going to help her with medical bills from her surgery in September and another one in the future. But her family says the fundraiser goes further than just paying the bills.
This isn't all about money. I'd love to say that we're going to make enough to make a difference, so to speak, but it isn't all about money, and I can't stress that enough. It really is about support. Anybody who's been extremely ill or a young mother and extremely ill on top of it, you know you just need family and friend support, and that's what this is about.
There was a 50-50 raffle this morning, and even pictures with Santa. We'll be profiling Leslie in a future story here on News 3. We'll have more details on when you can catch that in the future. All right, let's check in with Dana Fulton for a look at your forecast. Hopefully a sunny day ahead.
We are expecting sunshine, Amanda, yes. Unfortunately, though, tomorrow also looks fairly chilly for us. Cold and sunny to start off the work week. By the middle and end of the week, we're going to see a little more moisture move back in. Likely going to see some rain, also the chance for a little freezing drizzle, even some light snowfall coming into the mix. And then by the end of the week, our temperatures are going to become more mild. Actually moving to the other end of the scale, becoming above average rather than below average, which is what we've seen for the last few days. Our Doppler track right now is nice and calm. No threat for any sort of light snow or flurries overnight. Barely even a cloud in the sky right now. We're mostly clear and quite cold outside. Our breeze now coming from the west. It's going to stay very calm for us overnight. Not too concerned about any sort of wind chill for us this evening or for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll start to pick up a little closer to about 10 miles per hour. But not much of a factor to play for your evening forecast. Overnight, we will stay mostly clear. With that clear sky, our temperatures are going to fall quite a bit into the teens to start off tomorrow morning. Looking throughout the day on Monday, plan on continuing to see sunshine. Temperatures in the afternoon will again stay below average. We aren't going to cross that 30-degree threshold for us for Monday. Overnight Monday and into Tuesday, we'll stay mostly clear again. It's going to be another cold night for us, but this time instead of in the teens, in the low 20s, slowly increasing our temperatures over the next few days. And then by Tuesday afternoon, we'll actually be in the low 30s for our afternoon highs. So it'll finally be a little closer to average for us. By Tuesday night, though, the clouds start to build back in. We're no longer mostly clear, and that moisture starts to slide in as we head into Wednesday. Wednesday morning, we're looking at the potential to start to see a little mixed precipitation. Some of our models leaning more towards some light snowfall. Not a major event for us, but it could be a little messy. With that freezing drizzle chance coming in later on in the evening on Wednesday. It may even linger for us into early Thursday morning. Just a slight chance for us, though, as we get into Thursday. Right now, downtown's nice and calm. Again, that clear sky, no sort of precip for us currently. 27 was our high today, and we should have been and the low 30s. Overnight lows also just a little lower than we should have landed in the upper teens. 18 is our average overnight low. Tonight we're looking at about 16, so a little bit of an improvement for us. Mostly clear sky, still seasonably cold. Cold, but not too bad. We've seen a lot worse if we flash back to last week. Mostly sunny sky for tomorrow. Continued cold outside. We will be in the upper 20s for our afternoon highs. Looking through the rest of the week, again, temperatures are going to improve for us. We're a little closer to average for Tuesday. We're still sunny on Tuesday, though. Overnight lows will be in the 20s for Monday and Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, we do have the chance for some showers. Seeing a little bit of a mixed potential in there developing now. A slight chance for us on Thursday, and again, a slight chance on Friday. But notice our temperatures, they're going to become in the mid 30s, and then starting to stay a little bit above average for us as we get through the weekend, Amanda. Not quite as chilly for us to end the week.
It could definitely be worse.
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you, Dana. The Packers wrapping up their whirlwind week on a high note. Highlights and postgame coming up next in sports.
Well, the award for the best reality TV show this week, well, it should be the Green Bay Packers. They fired their head coach, Mike McCarthy. Then interim head coach Joe Philbin fires linebackers coach Winston Moss for a tweet. You get the picture. It's been quite the eventful week. But there's a happy ending today for the team as they host the Falcons. First quarter action here, Falcons up 7-0. Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Adams. Pretty standard stuff here. Tie game at 7. We head to the second quarter now. All Green Bay in this one. Bashaud Breeland. Picks off Matt Ryan there for a pick 6. The first defensive touchdown of the season for the Packers. Also recovered a fumble in the game, and the last Packer to do both in the same game, Charles Woodson, on November 26, 2009. Second half here. Check this out. Party like it's 2014. Rodgers throwing a dime to Randall Cobb, and with that throw, Rodgers now holds the NFL record for consecutive passes without an interception at 359, passing Tom Brady. Pack ain't done yet. Aaron Jones pummeling his way into the end zone for the 29-yard score. Packers earning their first win under interim head coach Joe Philbin. And here's Brian McClune from our affiliate in La Crosse with a wrap-up from Lambeau.
Well, Joe Philbin's debut as interim head coach of the Green Bay Packers certainly had an interesting start, using and losing both challenges in the first 83 seconds of the game. But then the game plan was smooth after that as Green Bay scores a season-high 34 points in the win.
I had enough big decisions to make during the course of the day, and I didn't want to have to make any more, so I kind of got that out of the way. Plus, the flag didn't fit very good in my pocket. I didn't know if it was going to fall out. No, I mean, as we attempted to put together the best plan and utilize the players that we have. It certainly wasn't perfect, wasn't called perfect, certainly wasn't executed perfect, but the guys, as I say, I thought they played kind of Green Bay Packer football, and that was fun to watch.
Philbin previously didn't call plays for the Green Bay Packers. In fact, the last time he called a play, 1996, as an offensive coordinator at Northeastern. Reporting from Lambeau Field, I'm Brian McClune, News 3 Sports.
So 34-20 the final score. It's the most points Green Bay has scored this season as the Packers improved to 5-7-1. Same record as the Cleveland Browns currently, by the way. Well, head coach Chris Bono has the Badgers off to an undefeated start and ranked it in the top 20. On Sunday, Wisconsin heading on the road to try and steal one in Columbus, taking on two-time reigning Big Ten champion Ohio State. At 157 pounds, Xander Wick here. Takedown 101. He's up 5-3 late and then puts the match away with another takedown to win 7-3. His brother Evan, little brotherly affair here at 165, getting the cradle, 4-point near fall. He wins easily, but too much Ohio State today. They win at 23-13, first dual loss of the season for the Badgers. Finally tonight, back to the NFL. This is a play that is often imitated, rarely properly executed. 7 seconds left in the Patriots-Dolphins game. Miami with the ball down by 5. Few tosses here and there. Ends up in the hands of number 32 there. That's Kenyon Drake, and he's off to the end zone. Believe it or not, touchdown, Dolphins game winner right there. Miami beats New England 34-33. They're calling it the Miracle in Miami.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Melissa. We'll be right back.
The link